Swag, 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 swag Kelly. Chad Kelly is all anybody's going to be talking about tomorrow, even though the Broncos got their ass kicked 42-28. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. The Broncos starters looked extremely unprepared in their debut Perna. Yes, the Broncos lost this game, even though Chad Kelly nearly willed them back from the depths of hell after a horrendous first half by everyone not named Isaiah McKenzie and Royce Freeman. That's right, I said Isaiah McKenzie. Now I'm going to recap this game and then go over what I thought were some of the pros and cons for the Broncos. And this is the first preseason recap. That's good, Broncos.
That's good, Broncos!
Well, I guess that's good, Broncos.
And Chad Kelly looks really good. Anyways, enjoy the show. That's good, Broncos!
It's late, it's preseason, and I am excited. I will say subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and click the notification button. And for my Patreon subscribers, I have an announcement. I'm gonna do a Denver Broncos jersey giveaway for all of my Patreons. If you wanna become a patron, it's the patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Whatever jersey you want, Keenum, Chubb, Miller, Peyton Manning, I don't give a shit, but we'll do that this week. I'll make a post about how you can try to win a free Broncos jersey as a thank you for your loyal support. Now, do you want to know why I really love preseason football? Mistakes. This lower third had Carlos Henderson's picture used instead of Shelby Harris. Sadly, as Carlos Henderson never showed up for training camp, this is the only way we will ever see him on the field.
Pressure coming right up the middle. And it's Brandon Marshall.
Except that's Will Parks, of course. The jealous-looking man behind him, that's actually Brandon Marshall. What can we take away from this game? Well, the Broncos had one first down in the first half. One fucking first down. That's not good. Not even in preseason, not even if you're the Browns. Case Keenum and the first-string offense should have been given a third series, I thought. 2 3-and-outs is what happened with Keenum and the starting offense. And Vance Joseph didn't think they should go out for another series. Them not getting to play a third series doesn't do shit for anyone except for the Vikings defense's competence. And that's literally all I can say about Keenum and the first team offense. It was 2 3-and-outs. You missed nothing more than that. So then we have Paxton Lynch enter the field. Paxton ran with the twos and he looked horrible. I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo on him, but there's no nice way to say that he looked worse than Tim Tebow. I mean, he was getting booed pretty hard by the crowd at Broncos Condo Stadium of Football Townhomes, or whatever the fuck it's called now. Meanwhile, Trevor Siemian played pretty well, going 11 for 17 for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns with the Vikings. That's former Broncos quarterback Trevor Siemian outplaying Paxton Lynch. Siemian did throw one pick that wasn't really his fault, and we all owe Isaiah McKenzie a giant apology after he returned a punt for a touchdown. Now, during the Vikings' opening drive, the Denver defense gave up 3 plays over 20 yards, 2 runs for 21 yards by Latavius Murray, and then a 28-yard pass to Stefon Diggs down the right sideline over Bradley Roby. That led to a Vikings opening touchdown. To guess who? Stefon Diggs with Isaac Yiadom in coverage. Now, I really want to see Tremaine Brock out there playing. Yiadom's young, so he definitely needs time to develop, and I just don't know what the Broncos have with Brock, but they clearly struggled on defense early. Now, again, it's preseason. I'm not going to overreact to the defense or even the Broncos offense, because they each only had like 2 series, but they looked bad all around, or underprepared. So we'll judge more next week when they play the Bears and get more time on the field. Tonight, not very good. Now back to Paxton. On his first pass attempt, he got lit up, and his throw bounced right off tight end Austin Traylor's hands and was intercepted. Trevor Siemian comes in and throws an easy touchdown to a wide open, not Bronco. Trevor Siemian throws easy touchdown to a wide open player. That was the one thing Trevor Siemian couldn't seem to do fucking last year here in Denver. Now that he's a Viking, it's really, really easy. Now, after nearly a full quarter of play, the Vikings offense had 116 total yards, and the Broncos offense had 16 total yards. That's one more than a quinceañera and two less than being able to buy cigarettes. The Broncos offense was so bad in the first half that Trevor Siemian almost scored the first points for them by taking a safety. Instead, his tight end fucked him over by dropping a pass that bounced into Zaire Anderson's hands for an interception. That led to a rookie Royce Freeman touchdown that was so beautiful, it would have made an angel in heaven have an orgasm. One player we didn't get to see much of was Courtland Sutton. I don't know what his stats for the game were, but not many balls thrown his way, which was a disappointment. I think everybody was excited to see what he could do, but when your offense keeps going 3 and outs, not much is gonna manifest. After that Royce Freeman touchdown, Trevor Siemian answered by tossing a screen to Rock Thomas that he took 85 yards for a touchdown. Again, just not good looking defense. Trevor Siemian had more goddamn passing yards in this game than he did all last season here in Denver. Now, I mentioned orgasming angels earlier. Well, someone must have spent his offseason praying to the football gods because Isaiah McKenzie returned a punt. The human joystick took it 78 yards to pay dirt. Yes, pay dirt, the kind of dirt you invest in and then it pays you with interest. Touchdowns. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I'm just happy Isaiah McKenzie caught all of his punts, scored a touchdown, and did exactly what he did so well in Georgia. Study. He was very, very good at being a student in Georgia. I saw this picture posted on Twitter. A lot of people thought Von Miller was coaching up Bradley Chubb here. Well, he was actually just showing Bradley Chubb Childish Gambino's This Is America's music video. How Chubb hasn't seen that yet, I don't know. Miller, of course, showed him that to help him forget that Paxton Lynch's stats heading into the half were 4 of 9 for 12 yards and an interception. That would be bad if he were playing Pee Wee football. Halftime.
Important announcement, everyone. Since Talib is no longer on the team making interceptions, I can no longer say, "You got Talib." So instead, we're going to switch it up and transfer that to Chubb and say, "You got chubbed."
Now, Chad Kelly finally came in with 5:50 left in the third quarter, and he received a big cheer from the crowd. I think at this point, we were just counting down the seconds when he would replace Paxton Lynch. Kelly's first throw was a short completion over the middle. Kelly's second completion was a swing pass to Phillip Lindsay that he took for a first down after shaking a tackler. Kelly to Lindsay is basically all Broncos fans' wet dreams right now. Then Kelly threw a 36-yard touchdown strike to Matt Lacoste, who was wide open. Kelly also had enough time to finish season 4 of The Wire to complete that pass to Matt Lacoste. Here's the thing, Chad Kelly had great protection. All of his throws were on target because he didn't have pressure. Well, Paxton Lynch might have missed those throws anyway, but Kelly had all day to make his throws. Then under his first real pressure, he slung this one out to Phillip Lindsay for a second touchdown pass on the day. Lindsay looks good in orange, especially in the open field. I want to see Kelly and Lindsay with the twos next week. If they're not, we can confirm Vance Joseph is the worst head coach on earth, and you should send him a letter. The excitement was high. Chad Kelly comes in, throws 2 touchdowns pretty easily. And you want to know what the last thing Paxton Lynch will ever see as a Bronco?
Stop.
Yeah, that's what Paxton Lynch sees when he closes his eyes at night. I mentioned wet dreams earlier. Paxton Lynch can't even do those right. He just sees Chad Kelly spitting on his hands. Those are night terrors, Paxton, not wet dreams. Now that we've got over the Chad Kelly hype, okay, he did throw an interception on the next series after the Vikings took back the lead, killing any chances for a Broncos victory. And in the final drive, Chad Kelly nearly threw a pick 6. So what I saw from Chad Kelly was some very good quarterback play in that he's got the arm, he's got the competitive edge, but he's also willing to take too many risks. And, he's a young quarterback. He's staring down his throws, which is why the third string defense nearly picked him off twice. Would have been an even worse loss for the Broncos had that happen. But he was driving the team back, and there was a something different about the energy when he was on the field. And he was on IR all of last season, so he didn't get any meaningful reps last year. So to see him come in today and do some impressive things is a positive if you're a Broncos fan. I do think he needs a lot of work, but I think it's pretty clear that he's ahead of where Paxton Lynch is. And Paxton has had way more opportunities to get there and develop than Chad Kelly. And I think, again, Chad Kelly has to move to number 2 on the depth chart. And if he doesn't, please send your letters in to Vance Joseph. Here's what I don't get. Trevor Siemian, Kyle Sloter, Chad Kelly all look significantly better than Paxton Lynch. Yet Paxton is still a Denver Bronco and was still playing ahead of Chad Kelly tonight. Every decision the Broncos have made about quarterbacks since Peyton Manning left has been wrong. Let's hope Case Keenum is the opposite of that, and it puzzles me that everyone can see it except for the Broncos. If Lynch is number 2 on the depth chart the next game, put pen to paper and express your anger, because that would be the wrong move. Okay, so to recap, some of the positives I saw for the Broncos. Shelby Harris, I thought he played well. Again, kind of being very disruptive on that defensive line. He did bat down one of Trevor Siemian's pass, something we saw him do last season. I think he's going to be good again. Royce Freeman, rookie running back, scores his touchdown. Very promising right there. Isaiah McKenzie, year 2, caught all of his punts, took it back for a touchdown. Something I said before the game we need to pay attention to, punt returner. An outside linebacker, Jeff Holland, had a sack on Kyle Sloter. If Jeff Holland makes the team, we can call him Mr. Holland's opus of sacks. Also, tight end Matt Lacoste, he caught the Chad Kelly touchdown. He kind of had I saw him get open a few times. Maybe there's something there. Okay, now to the negatives. Paxton Lynch, bad. Starting offense, bad. Starting defense, bad. You know, Roby gave up a big pass to Stefon Diggs. Only one or two series, so I'm not going to be too hard on Roby. But I'm going to be watching those corners very closely against the Bears. And then finally, River Craycraft in punt return. He let a ball bounce right before the half. It took away very good field position for the Broncos when they were about to run the 2-minute drill. And then he fumbled on his second, punt return attempt. He recovered the fumble, but not a good start for him. I'll leave you with this. Win or lose this season, fans at Broncos games will get their money's worth with this Von Miller beer dispenser, which leaves a 58 jersey impression in your beer foam. In order to make this happen, all Bud Light had to do was add harsh chemicals to its beer. Glad to see Bud Light is willing to spend more money at the Broncos Stadium than the Broncos. Never forget, kids, alcohol will always be your closest friend. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I do a weekly podcast now. It goes up every Thursday with Will Keys. It's on my second channel, That's Good Broncos. It's also in iTunes, That's Good Broncos Podcast, if you want to find it there. And one preseason game down. We need to see a lot of improvement in game 2. That's all we really know at this point.